fish. The fishermen who used the port near the big station were bringing in more fish than ever. Each day, the sheds on the wharf were, were piled high with boxes. Much of its much of this is extra fish that had to travel by rail, so the trains that Henry and the other engines had to pull became heavier. One night, a special load of fish was ordered, and Sir Topham Hatt decided that extra cars must be added to the train that the men called the Flying Kipper. The only spare cars that they could find were old ones that had been standing unused on a siding for some time. Workmen cleaned them quickly, and were added to the tail of the train. Henry grumbled dreadfully about it, but there was nothing to do. But there was nothing to be done. "You'll just have to put up with it, Henry," said his driver. "At least the extra load will mean you can get a push up Gordon's Hill." Duck often waited at Edward's station so he could help heavy trains by pushing behind. Tonight, Henry made good progress in spite of the extra load. When they reached Edward Station, his driver stopped the train beyond the platform. Then, using Henry's whistle, he gave the special signal that meant he wanted help up the hill. "Beep, beep, beep, beep," whistled Henry. "I need help, please." "Beep, beep," replied Duck. "I shan't be long." Duck buffered up gently to Henry's train. He was not coupled on, so that Henry could run without stopping when they reached the top. "Ready!" Duck whistled. Pull hard," puffed Henry. We're doing it," replied Duck. Henry was pulling harder than he thought. It was a dark night, and Duck felt the weight on his buffers slacken. Because of the dark, he could not see that Henry had taken the train off on his own and was slowly drawing behind. All trains carry a red lamp on the final vehicle to show that the train is complete. This is called a tail lamp. Duck's driver began to be worried. "There's no sign of a tail lamp," he said to the fireman. "But we must keep going." Duck whistled, but there was no reply from Henry. Henry, meanwhile, was going well, but his train seemed getting heavier. He had to keep moving, but he could not avoid slowing down. Suddenly, from behind him, there came a splintering crash. Duck's front beat Duck's front bent, and pieces of broken wood, began to fall on him. One of them dented his funnel. He stopped quickly, and Henry felt the jolt stop too, just beyond the top of the hill. Over Gordon's Hill, a smell of fish hung in the air. Using flashlights, the drivers and firemen tried to work out what had happened, while the guard ran down the hill to warn the signalman. When daylight came, it was all too obvious. The lamp rod had on the old car, which should have held the tail lamp, had broken, and the lamp had falling off and at the bottom of the hill. "Not your fault, Duck," said Sir Tom Hatt. "That lamp rod should have been checked. Don't worry, we'll soon have your funnel and front straightened out." "Thank you, sir," said Duck sadly. "Thomas told me once to be careful about fish. He was right, sir, wasn't he?"